we'll be live next for a workout with heavyweight prospect Anthony Joshua. Look forward to that. He opens the bill on Froch Groves 2. So let's continue the build-up now to Froch Groves 2 at Wembley on Saturday. George Groves is going to be holding a public workout a little bit later on in West London. We can cross live to Shepherd's Bush, join our reporter Fraser Dainton and co. Look at that, what a lineup. And it's a cracking undercard as well, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. We've got quite a lot of people who've started to arrive here at Westfield. It's filling up nicely because a lot of people very interested in the man who's going to be kicking things off, who's in the ring behind us at the moment, and that is the gold medalist, Anthony Joshua. Surely one of the most exciting heavyweight prospects in the country at the moment. I've got Spencer, Jamie and Glenn here all to discuss what's going on. Let's take you into the ring with our ringside camera and have a look at Anthony Joshua in action. And Spencer, first of all, to say that you know him very, very well, don't you? So you know exactly just how good a prospect this guy is.
Yeah, you know, he come through the Finchley ABC banner, so we've known him right from the beginning. Always had an immense amount of talent. As soon as he put on a pair of boxing gloves, you knew that this kid was going to be something special. Only been boxing 5 or 6 years and looks, you know, amazing. Won an Olympic gold medal. 5 unbeaten as a pro, doing nothing wrong at the moment, and you know he's training relentlessly all the time, and I know that he's looking forward to getting up on this big platform.
Jamie, he's only had 8 rounds so far, but I guess you can only beat the opposition that's in front of you. Could he do with a few more rounds under his belt just for a bit of experience?
Of course he could. You know, experience is key going into the future. You know, if he's going to go on and eventually become the heavyweight champion in the world, he's going to need as many rounds as he can on the way there. But he's got all, you know, he's got bags of potential, and as you can see, just he's such a physical specimen. So he's got all the attributes to get there. He just needs to gain that experience on the way.
Glenn, we're crying out for quality heavyweights, aren't we? Because the division itself, aside from the Klitschko's, not a great deal going on, a lot of people might say. Is Anthony Joshua the type of character that could maybe fill the void in the future?
Well, I've never been excited about a heavyweight so much since we started on Skybox, and we started with a young man called Lennox Lewis. And I think, you know, we've come full circle now, and we've got the next Lennox Lewis. In fact, you know, he's going to be the first Anthony Joshua. He's that good. And I think, you know, they can't push him too quick, too soon. It's a bit of a balancing act at the minute because, you know, he's ready to go for British titles. He's ready for that. But, you know, once you start on that road, then you've got to go for European, you've got to go for world. You're then into that sort of level. He's not ready for the jump yet. So they've just got to take their time. And, you know, it's going to be very hard to find somebody that can give him rounds because he is so good and he hits so hard. And, you know, I think, you know, we're going to enjoy looking at him knock people out.
The power that he has got is frightening, isn't it?
It is frightening. You know, I mean, you just have to look at him there. He's some specimen, isn't he? He's, you know, as Spencer says, you know, it's almost like he's planned for this his whole career. The minute he got into boxing, he trains all the time, you know, just, you know, ridiculously trains. And that's what it takes to be as good as you've got to be the heavyweight champion of the world. And I think, you know, never have you looked at somebody thinking that he can be that, but I think Anthony Joshua is the man that can. He still makes, you know, there's still mistakes he makes. You know, a couple of fights ago, you know, I criticized him, you know, on his jabs, just single jabs. The next fight, he goes straight out there, double jabs. Did exactly, you know, so he's looking at himself, he's analyzing himself, you know, because he wants to be the real deal.
Is he developing in the right sort of fashion, Jamie, do you think?
Of course he is. You can't ask for any more than he's given us already. But bringing a heavyweight through and doing it in the proper way, you've got the matchmaking's got to be bang on. You've got to give him problems and let him deal with those problems for him to move on in the future and hopefully go down the road what he's going to be. So up to now, he hasn't made any mistakes, but I want to see him in there with someone, first of all, who's going to be able to fight back, because you know what we need to know about heavyweights is, can they take a shot? I'm sure he can, but we'll never know until he does.
Do you think he can, Spencer?
Yeah, you know, I've seen him in the gym. I've saw him in the gym every day for years, so I know that he can take a shot. Not do I think I can, I know he can. I know he's the complete package, and that's what's so exciting about this kid, that, you know, he's as good outside the ring as he is inside the ring. He trains religiously, he's relentless with his training, trains hours and hours a day, and that's why he's improved at the rate that he has. And yeah, I think that he needs needs a few more fights under his banner before he makes that step up, which is crazy to say when we're talking about an Olympic gold medalist. But you've got to remember that he's still quite raw. He admits that himself. He knows that he's still on the learning curve. So, you know, this is a thing that's going to go on for a few years before he makes that big jump. But I think when he does, you know, we're gonna have a superstar.
Some learning curve in front of 80,000 at Wembley, though, isn't it?
Well, listen, that's the sort of platform that he wants to get on. I mean, it's the biggest fight post-war, and Anthony Joshua's on the bill, you know, and he's relishing that. He's looking forward to it. That's what, you know, that's what he, since he started boxing, that's what he's wanted. He never dreamt that he's ever going to box in front of, you know, an 80,000 crowd at Wembley Stadium. I think that he was hoping maybe to fill Wembley Arena at max, you know, maybe the MEM, but not Wembley Stadium. I mean, the excitement is unbelievable for him.
I get the feeling, though, boys, that he will be able to handle it, because he is one of the coolest and calmest guys I think I've ever met. He looks like he's going to get the gloves on before too long, but we'll leave it there for the moment. Boys, thanks for the moment. Anthony Joshua then looking well warmed up for this fight, stepping out first of all on Saturday night in front of 80,000 people. No pressure there then.
Fraser, thank you very much. OK, let's get back to West London now, where Anthony Joshua has been working out ahead of his fight on the Froch Groves bill on Saturday. We've seen him train. Let's hear him speak with Fraser Dainton.
Yeah, the good news is he's actually sat down ringside, so I don't have to actually get up on a box to be able to speak to him, because I normally have that problem when I speak to you. You've got a nice little thing to show us as well, Anthony, because you brought your gold medal along to show us. Just hold that up for us so that the camera can see that. I'm actually quite excited because I've never been this close to a gold medal before. I was picking it up a little bit earlier, and it is very, very heavy, but I don't suppose you ever get tired of showing that off to people, do you?
No, it's winning it, especially in London, and being here involved in a professional, amazing fight, to bring it out to everyone who wants to see it and that supported me through my amateur days, through to my professional. I want it for them as well, so it's all, I always bring it in places like this to show them what I achieved.
Do you ever get surprised by the looks on people's faces when they have a look and their faces light up?
Yeah. It's heavy, it's Olympic gold medal, there's not many of these either. And it's the one we won in London, so everyone here is Londoners, so this is for them. And it's just, especially the kids, you know, it shows them that they can go on to achieve these things as well.
But now, having turned professional, 5 fights, 5 wins, you've never looked back?
I never looked back. It was a big decision, but I never regret it. You know, I'm happy with where I'm at, the team I've got. Now, 5 fights in, what an honour it is to be in one of the biggest fights in British boxing history. You know, not headlining, starting the show. Hopefully one day headlining, but I'm starting the show this time, and I hope to start the night off with a bang.
No pressure then, because you're the first man out and there's going to be 80,000 people there watching it.
Yeah, no pressure at all, but I've got a domestic fighter, a good fighter who's coming to give a go. You know, wing shots at me, try catch me. I'm going to be trying to catch him, and may the best man win. Obviously,
you've had 5 wins, and I say 5 fights.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you maybe taking a few more rounds in. Would you be happy to do that? Maybe just get a bit more experience in a fight like this?
I feel that if I see a weakness in my opponent, I'm going to exploit it, because if I don't and I get caught or I get beat, I'm going to regret not taking that chance. But not every fight is going to be a knockout, so I prepare myself for tough fights, and they're to come at British level. And I just really look forward to these guys that really test me, because pressure brings the best out in me.
So performance is the most important thing for you?
Yeah, 100%. Performance and experience.
And how has life changed for you over this last year or so? Because from being a pretty much a household name in the Olympics, you've gone even bigger, and we're seeing you on billboards, on TV adverts, all over the place.
Well, normally I should be in a dusty gym training, but I'm in the middle of Westfields doing a workout, so stuff like that's changed. But it's pretty simple. I've just become a bit more dedicated and kept my life simple. Before, when I first started, I was a bit of a wild child. I wouldn't say I take it for granted, but now I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I want to make the most of it. So I'm just trying to be dedicated and just live the life of a pro boxer.
And hugely excited to be part of what is going to be one of the biggest fights we've ever seen in British boxing history.
Yeah, and I really wish the best of luck to Carl Froch and George Groves, and wish them both good health, because they're going to be in for a war, you know what I mean? So I just hope they both come out, you know, on the good side, shake each other's hands, whoever wins, whoever loses, and live to fight another day.
Anthony, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, and surely one of the best heavyweight prospects in the country right now.
Fraser, Anthony, thank you very much.